Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be the introduction to my declutter series that I filmed, I don't even remember when, a couple weeks ago, that day that I was doing Christmas baking and I said I was doing decluttering. So I have got like an hour and 45 minutes of footage just because that's how long my declutter took, and that's obviously way too long to put up all in one video. So I think I'm going to split the video into three. So I'm going to sort of, the way that I ended up decluttering, if you guys can see my 9 drawer behind me, I sort of did it by drawer. So I did the first drawer, then the second drawer. Like I didn't necessarily do it by like product type, if that makes sense to you. It kind of did happen that way, but like it wasn't like some videos where that you see and they just go, okay, we're just going to do concealers now, because I honestly don't have that many concealers. We're just going to do foundations now because same thing. I don't have very many of them. So like the concealers kind of got done with the primers because they're all in a drawer together, and the foundations got done with the bronzers and the like setting powders because they're all in a drawer together. So I did it by drawer. So I think the way that I'm going to end up splitting it up is 3 drawers at a time, I think is a good amount. The videos will end up being like between a half an hour and 45 minutes. So hopefully that's not too long for you guys. So this first video is going to be, I guess I won't say this first video because I think I'm just going to use this intro over and over and over again. So if you've seen this before, there's a reason. So the first video is going to be the top 3 drawers. So you're looking at primers and coveralls. Whoosh. Primers and concealers, because they do cover all, I suppose. Primers and concealers and moisturizers and lots of samples of different things that came out of that top drawer. Then you get into my 2 lip drawers. So the top one is lipsticks and lip glosses. The next one down is liquid lipsticks and lip pencils. So that's going to be the first video, and then the next 3 drawers will be the second video. So that is, you know, my single eyeshadows, and then that's all one drawer. The next drawer down is primers, like eye primers and mascaras and eyeliners and pigments. So that's kind of all going to be together. And then the third drawer that's going to be in that section is going to be my blush drawer. And then in the final video, I will do my highlighting drawer, my face drawer, so that's like my setting powders and what's that other stuff, foundation and bronzers. Then the last drawer is my palette. So that's how the declutter series is going to end up. I hope the videos aren't too long for anybody. And yeah, if you guys have any questions about anything I got rid of or any comments, anything like that, definitely let me know. Yeah, so I will get into the decluttering part of the video. I am going to keep going. I think this semi-declutter turned into a full declutter really, really quickly. We're going to hit this drawer next. This is going to be a hard one for me. So let's get them all down on the floor and we'll go from there. Okay, so I decided to pull like all of my eye stuff out just in one go. So I've got pigments, liners, mascaras, all my single shadows, all my paint pots, all of that. And then over here, I do have all my MAC palettes out. Now I'm not doing my palette declutter quite yet. Mind you, none of the MAC ones are really going to go anywhere, but I have them out so that if I have single shadows that I have at least like a double of in the palette, then I'm going to give the single shadows away. So I'm going to organize this really quickly and we're going to come back. Okay, so this is where I'm at right now. I think this is the first time that I've seriously felt overwhelmed just with the quantity of stuff that I have. I'm just going to start picking things out that I either know I 100% want to keep or know I 100% want to get rid of. So this trio I have to keep for now just because I have to review it for my top box. So for the time being, I'm just going to throw it into this basket so that I remember to use it. This duo I got in my Quo 12 Days of Beauty, and the shadows are kind of crummy feeling, so I'm just going to get rid of that right away. This Pixie by Petra one, same thing, I have to use it, so I'm going to put it in there. What else is easy? This Peak eye primer, it's supposed to be a black primer, but it doesn't really work and I don't really like it. Gonna get rid of that. Also gonna get rid of this NYX eyeshadow base. I think if I had gotten the flat white one, I might like it a little bit better, but because this one is in, what's the color? White Pearl, it has a little pearlescent finish, so I am gonna get rid of that, knowing that I'm going to be keeping all of my Dose of Colors Ideal Duos, and I do have, this one in Frozen. I recently used it in a video. That is another white, sorry, my lighting kind of sucks, white primer with some pearl in it, so I'm going to keep that instead because I adore these. So I've got 7 of these, and they are all going to stay. The only reason I'm going to keep them out is because I'm going to test these pigments against MAC pigments and see which ones I like more. This Naked Cosmetics pigment, I had said that I have a MAC one that is almost the exact same as this that I prefer, so I am just going to get rid of this right away as well. Okay, I think at this point I got to start swatching stuff and just see what's close to each other. Although, you know what? I know that I'm keeping all of my Snowball Collection ones. That's all of these here. I'm just going to keep all of my Extra Dimension shadows because they are my favorite formula of the MAC shadows. So that's this group here. They're all going to stay. From there, let's start swatching. These 3 MAC Soft Serve shadows, they came out in the Soft Serve collection a little bit ago, like a little while ago. This is the 3 here. I'm going to keep all 3. I love that mint green. It's such a unique color. I don't have anything quite like that, so I'm going to keep all 3 of those. Okay, so my fingers are turning into disasters. I'm going to need to get more wipes in a minute. I have gone through all of this. Like this stuff, I've swatched it all on my arm, and I'm going to be honest, most of it's staying. I'll show you really quickly. So these are all of these swatches on my arm, and I think the best part of this, like, declutter is going to be going back and remembering what I totally forgot about. Like, some of these shadows, I had forgotten their existence. Like, these foiled shadows are incredible. I did kind of figure out, though, that I have these 2 silvers. They are these 2 right here on the end. And I do prefer the one that's closer to all the other colors, which is the bigger one. So I am going to pass along the smaller one. So that's one thing gone. And then I did find that I had this black here that has a little bit of shimmer in it. And I also have that black that has a ton of shimmer in it. So as I go through some of the other blacks that I have in this section here, I'm going to compare them to those 2 because those ones I can tell are going to be the nicest ones. And then whatever else I don't want, I will get rid of. So I'm going to start swatching out some of these and figuring out which of those I have in palettes and keep going. Okay, so I've gone through all of the single shadows, and I will be honest, I'm keeping the majority of them, but I did get rid of a good chunk. So like, this is what the swatches on my arm are looking like right now. So I went through those glittery blacks. I decided to get rid of the one that I got in last year's Nutcracker Sweet Collection, and I've just kept the Troll one. And then this one, just because they are a different formula, so I don't know how well these ones blend out. This one MAC one is pretty much like hit pan. There's no color even coming from it. So that's going to go back to MAC. The biggest one I'm shocked about is actually this one. So this is one of those Tarteist metallic ones that I was absolutely in love with when I got it. But it is so similar in formula to the MAC ones. The MAC ones are a little better. Like, I'll show you the 2 colors. So that's the 2 of them there. And the lower one is actually the MAC one. So I'm going to keep that one. Another one that really surprised me was this ColourPop one. But I have another one of these Tarte ones in a very similar color, but it's got a little bit of sheen to it. So I'm going to keep the one with the sparkle and get rid of the more matte one. A lot of these, like this one in Carbon, I've gotten at least 2 palettes. This is in Print. I've got it in at least 1 palette. Typographic, same thing. Soft Brown is in at least 3 palettes that I own. Some of these colors don't show up. Some of them I have very similar colors to. So surprisingly enough, like, I know this doesn't seem like a lot, but it is much more cutthroat than I had originally thought. So this is what we are getting rid of single shadows. I'm about to go through my paint pots and make sure that they're all still good and that I still want them all. And then we're going to dig into those and then get into pigments as well. So without even swatching, I've made a decision on my paint pot. I'm going to keep these 6, and this one, if they crack, I mean, I've taken a big chunk out of this one too, but once they start cracking down the middle, it means that they're too dry. It means that they've gone bad. So this is going to get back to MAC. This one was in Chilled on Ice. I haven't even used it in forever. So I'm obviously going to keep Painterly. That's my go-to. I also have Soft Ochre, which I will probably not repurchase once I'm done this one, just because I find that I do reach for Painterly more, but it's been nice to have both. This one is in Indian Wood, like that one. Pink Storm or Stormy Pink is another really pretty one. And then I thought I was going to get rid of one of these two silver ones, but they are actually quite different. So I'm just going to keep both of them for now, and we'll go from there. Next stage we're into the eyeliners and eye bases, and then my gel liners are over there as well. So I normally keep these in two containers. One is for pencil liners and one is for like my like felt liners or my all-time favorite liners. So that's how we're going to keep it. I'm going to separate this out really quickly into like felt or color and that kind of stuff, and we're going to kind of go through it by that. So once again, I took some time and I organized everything kind of out into piles. I did a ton of swatching. I hope you guys didn't want to see me swatching all of this. It's just too hard when I have to hold my phone. And I'm thinking that once I kind of do this declutter and get everything reorganized, I might do a revisited makeup collection kind of like on January 1st. And sort of from now on, do one like every 6 months or so, like, or at least one at the beginning of every year. So I'll probably do another one starting in January to kind of show you guys where I'm at. But yeah, so this is where we're at. So we're going to start, let's start up front here. So I have these two gray liners. Now they're both gray, but they are like, these are the two here. They are different grays. One's more of a silver and one is a gray. So I am going to keep both of those. I'm just going to pull this here. We're going to put them in here. These are MAC, what are these called? Pro Longwear Waterproof Color Sticks. I love all these. I don't use them near enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in this basket again and kind of commit to using them really soon. And if I don't use them, then they are going to go as well, because I can't keep holding on to things just because I really like them. I need to be using them. Into the black liners. I have a ton. So these three are literally all, well, these four, this is just the one I'm using right now, so I am going to keep this one for sure, but these are all the same. They're all Graph Black Technicolor liners from MAC. The reason I have so many is because almost every time they release like holiday collections, they put one of these pencils in there, but I don't need four. I barely use the one I have, so all three of these are going to get given away. I do really, really like this Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep my MAC Kohl Power Eye Pencil. This is more of a dry pencil. That one is more of like a gel. I'm going to keep that, and I'm going to give away these two. So this is a Ciate London, and this is a Visante Extreme Liner. Those are both going away too. So that's pretty good so far. Into the browns. So these three I have swatched. They're all various forms of like coppers or browns. They are very different. Even though these two look alike, it's like the last Color Pop lip liners I was having a problem with. I'm going to keep all of those. One of these are the same again. It's like that same thing. One I have used. I think this is the one I haven't used. So this is the one I've used. So I'm going to keep this one, and we're going to give this one away because I don't need both. Into, these are my liquid liners. So I'm going to keep these three for sure. These are all my black liners. Definitely my MAC one and my Kat Von D. This NYX one is a really fine line. I've only used it once and I'm not a big fan, but I do want to give it another chance. So I'm going to put this one in that basket. This Unique one, it's a gray one. I am going to keep that as well. These are a black and a green one, and you guys would have seen me try and use this green one to do my Alice in Wonderland look, and I just couldn't get it to work. These are very old. I think it's just time that I back to MAC them and give them both up. I'm never using them anyway, so they're going to go in the back to MAC bag over there. Onto these eye primers. So I actually didn't know, but this came with my Mountain Sunset primer. It's a Lorac primer, so I'm going to keep that one. I haven't tried it yet. This MAC 24-hour Extend Eye Base. I want to give one more shot too. I used to have real big problems with this. So that's going to go in there. This is brand new. Mickey sent it to me from e.l.f. It's not a primer, but I keep it with my primers because I kind of use it as such. So I'm going to keep that one. This is my favorite primer, my Urban Decay Primer Potion. And then I got this Quo one, and I do really like it, but it's very, very similar to a couple of those MAC like waterproof sticks that I had. And it's also very similar to a couple of those ones. So I think I'm just going to give that one away. These are all liners that kind of have those felt tips. I've got a black, a gold, silver, and a brown. We're going to keep all of those. Those go in there. Actually, these felt liners should be in here as well. Okay, let's get into these ones here. We're going to just finish up the liners before I keep going on anything else. These are all either white like bases that I use for my eye, or these are both for my waterline. They're both very light colors, so I'm going to keep both of those. I'm going to keep both of my jumbo Kajal liners because I love both of these. I think they're amazing. Okay, what had I figured out? I hate, and I do mean hate, this Tarte whatever smolder eyes. These are horrible. I even tried to sketch it on my hand and I got zero pigmentation, so that I'm just going to again, I'm going to offer it to a friend. Maybe they can get it to work, but other than that, it's going to get tossed. These two blues, they are very, very different. I wish my lighting was better, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm going to just keep both of them. Keep this like teal colored one. I'm going to give up this navy one because again, I've never used it and it's not very good. So I'm just going to toss that in there. This I wanted to use as a normal liner, but it is a brow pencil and there's no time in which I'll ever use this. So I'm going to pass that on to somebody who's bolder and braver than I am. I'm going to keep this teal one in place of that Tarte one that we already gave away. And then I've just got a purple and a green, so I'm going to keep both of those as well. Let's put this e.l.f. one in here, and then I'm going to put these eye primers into that one. I've got these 3 milk pigments. I love these. I'm keeping them all. And then I just got a little sample of this Makeup Forever Aqua XL. It is absolutely stunning. I'm going to keep that as well and make sure I give that a try. So that's where we are for pencil liners. So that was actually pretty good. Gel liners. My hand is covered in stuff. What do I want to keep? What do I not want to keep? So I do want to keep this black track I've already gotten into. So I'm going to keep that one. And then I'm going to keep one backup. That's not it. So I actually have 2 other black tracks. I'm going to keep one as a backup because that one's almost gone. And I'm going to give the other one away because there's no way it's going to last until I can go through that much. I have this brown in Deliciously Rich, but it's kind of drying out. And I do have a Tarte brown one that I do prefer. So I'm going to keep the Tarte one and I'm going to back to MAC this MAC Deliciously Rich one. Okay, I'm going to keep this mint one because I don't have another one quite like that and it's really, really pretty. I have these 2 blue ones, but I don't know. They're very different blues. Let's open them up and kind of swatch them and see. Okay, so I swatched them. One is almost more of like a teal than a blue. The other one is a bright blue, so I am going to keep both. But I'm going to give away, and this actually like pains my heart to say, this rose gold liner from Tarte just because I can't get it to work no matter what I try. It's got to go because I keep trying to use it and I keep getting disappointed by it and I am fed up with that. So that is it for the gel liners. Let me put these lids on and we'll go through mascaras. So I've kind of already sorted these mascaras. These are all sample ones that I've gotten in like Ipsy's and Top Boxes. These are all brand new. I have not used any of them. I've got a bunch of doubles, so I am going to be giving some up, but I'm going to keep a couple. And these are ones that I am using or have used or need to be thrown out. So my Roller Lash is staying. It is my favorite mascara. That's not going anywhere. This MAC one, it is green. I am going to keep it. Well, yeah, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to check it and see if it really went bad. I don't remember when I bought this. I know what collection it came out with, but I bought it a while after the collection came out, so it should still be okay. This, Essence Lash Princess, there's no way that this is still good. It's getting thrown out. Same with this MAC one. I've had it for forever, and there's no way that it's still good, so that's going to get actually, that's going to get back to MAC. Excuse me. This YSL, the Shock Mascara, I think it's still good as well, so I'm going to keep that. Up to these ones. This one I'm keeping. This is my Too Faced Better Than Sex. This is my big one to replace my small one. I'm going to keep one. Well, I don't know about this. Let me see. I think I'm going to keep this MAC one just because I really like the brush. This is the Upward Lash in Upward Black. This has a really tiny brush similar to my Roller Lash. I'm going to keep that. These two I am going to give up both of them. These are the Hot and Naughty Lash and the
Hot Naughty 2 Black Lash. They have 2 brushes, so sort of a bigger one and then a smaller one inside the big one. So I'm going to actually just get rid of both of these. I've tried them both. They are both really good. I just don't need this much mascara. I think I'm going to keep... You know what? Let's just give all of these away. I'm always getting these. They're really easy to get, and I'm always getting so much small mascaras and different things. Let's keep one of the false lash, and then these I'm going to give away. Okay. So that's pretty good for full sizes. I kept 6 of quite a few. Now we're going to go into the tiny ones. I already know, is this the one I hate? That I hate this one, and I don't think I liked this one either. These like Douce ones, I'm just going to throw them out because I don't want to be giving anybody mascara I've already been using. Same with this Ico London one. I don't really like this, so I'm going to give that one away. This one is brand new to me. I do want to give it another shot, so I'm going to put it in that basket to use. I really like my Benefit They're Real. Obviously, I love my Too Faced Better Than Sex. I'm going to use this up and then switch to my full-size one. This Tarte Gifted one is another good one, as is this Tarte's Lights Camera Lashes. MAC one I just got in an Ipsy or a top box, so I told you guys I would definitely use this just to show you guys what it's like. So I'm going to put that in the basket to make sure I use it. And this Makeup Forever one is new too, so I'm going to keep that. And then this Elizabeth Arden Lasting Impression. I kind of prefer having like the tiny ones just because then I can use them up and just throw them out, and I don't feel like I'm letting them go bad. So that's actually really good too. They wouldn't even all fit in here last time. And then of course I have my my new one. These are my FAQ Eyes Make It Lashes True or False, whatever, mascara and volumizer from Mickey. I'm going to take it out of the box and put that in my collection just because the box is taking up a lot of room. Oh, this is why I never opened it. Now I remember, because I couldn't get into the box. But there we go. So now I've got both of those out, so those can go in there as well, and then I can just throw this out. So the last thing we have to go through are all of my pigments. I've sort of separated them, like glitters are here, these are Reflex, these ones are more metallic, these are minis, and then just some other ones. So let me clean off my arm for more swatching room, and then I'm going to start swatching them and decide what I want to keep and what I don't. So I went through all of the pigments off screen. Those 2 blue ones aren't pigments. Those are those eyeliners from earlier. Some of them have gotten really chunky. Some of them I just have very similar colors. So these are ones that I'm going to get rid of here. So I've got these 5 stacked duos that I got at like a makeup thing. I don't even remember where. This is the only one I was thinking about keeping because of the black. You know what? No, I'm just going to get rid of them all. I'm just going to be brave and do it. All 5 of those are gone. I picked, out of these 2 purples, I picked to keep the darker purple, so I'm going to let go of this lighter one. And then of these 3 are all very similar to this one here, so I decided just to get rid of all of these. And then this one is the same, it's very similar to that one. And then I had so many grays and silvers that I chose to get rid of that one. So we are getting rid of those and keeping hold of all of these. The end of that declutter, this drawer is just like way, way, way better. There's literally nothing down the side here. Almost all of the pigments fit into one of these except for these 2. And I hit a point where I was almost like, oh my god, maybe I should get rid of 2 more just so they all fit. But that's ridiculous. Like, I shouldn't get rid of things I like just to make them fit in a drawer. So that drawer is so much better now. I feel so good about it. So that's that done. Now we go on to the blush drawer. I can already tell not a lot's going to happen here. Alrighty, so this is all of my blush. This is all my MAC, my Natasha Denona, and then pretty much every other brand is here. First things first, these are 2 Tarte like sample cards that come with Glisten and Park Avenue Princess. I have Park Avenue Princess. I don't need these. I'm going to offer them to a friend, see if they want them. Other than that, they're getting thrown out. We'll start over here because I feel like this is going to be the easier section to get rid of stuff. I'm going to get rid of this Essence Satin Touch blush. I do really like this, but I never reach for it. These Wet n Wild cream blushes, I'm not a big fan of working with them. And I've had them forever and I never use them, so they're going as well. I think I'm going to get rid of this little Peak one. It just keeps getting lost in my collection, so that's going to go. I really used to love this butter blush, but now that I've used it more and more, it doesn't really show up too well on my skin. Like, I'll show you how pale of a color this is. Like, it doesn't really do anything. There's nothing special about it, so I think it's just time to let that go. Same with this City Color Be Matte Blush Trio. I used to really love this. I used to think it was great for travel, but time to pass that on as well. This Lorac palette is not going anywhere. I absolutely adore this. These are beautiful, beautiful colors, so they're going to stay. My Wet n Wild and the Balm ones that Mickey just got me are also both staying. They're too new for me to give up yet, and I do love them both. My Urban Decay is staying. How similar is this to this Model Co. one is what I want to know. Oh, not at all. Okay, never mind. I'll keep both. I was going to get rid of one, but I think I'm going to keep both of those. This Pixie by Petra one, keeping. Too Faced, keeping. This Pacifica Duo. I do really like this. I'm just going to hold on to it. I think I'm going to give up this Botany Minerals blush. It's a light shimmer. It's loose. It's just really difficult to work with. That's going to go. I'm going to keep both my Ciate and my NARS Orgasm blushes. Both of my Natasha Denona Duo Glows are not going anywhere. These are my all-time favorite blushes. Actually, I'm wondering how close that Model Co. one is to this one here. If I can even get it open. Yeah. But you know what? Every time that I want to get rid of one, I seem to want to get rid of this one. So even though I love this Model Co. blush, I think it's just time to let it go. Because I can find that I keep trying to compare it to get rid of it. And if I'm doing that, I don't need to keep it. These Tarte blushes. I think I'm going to keep... Some of them are very similar, is my thing. Let me swatch them all and I'll decide. So that is the 6 of them swapped there. The only 2 that I'm going to keep are Feisty and also Genius. I'm going to get rid of these 4. They are in Concept, Vibrant, Pop, and Royal. So that's pretty good. That's a good chunk. Now to the hard part. Most of these are not going to go anywhere. I love my MAC blushes. They are obviously my favorite. There are a couple that I am going to pick out right now, though, that I'm telling you I will never wear. One is this one. It is so dark of a brown. I've never even used this. It's called Lovejoy. I don't even know why I bought this. Looking at how dark it is, that is ridiculous. That is more dark than I will ever wear. I'm not even going to swatch it to see if I can wear it just because I'm so set on getting rid of it. So that is going to go into the giveaway. Also, this one in Copper Tone, same thing. It's just too dark of a brown for me. So I think I'm going to pass that on too. Okay, what do I know I'm not getting rid of? Let's do that. And then I'll see if there's anything else that I'm like hemming and hawing about. My Extra Dimension blushes are not going to go anywhere. These are amazing. I have this one cream brush blush. It's a casual color in For Your Amusement. I'm going to keep that one. Okay. Gonna keep Warm Soul and also Cosmic Force, as well as Dainty, and I think this is Ray Beam. New Romance, and Petal Power. So I'm going to keep all of those mineralized blushes except for the one that I already got rid of. Because I do really, really like that formula. Okay. I'm going to keep my 2 limited edition ones just because obviously I can never get those again if I do change my mind. Now we're into the rest. I'm going to swatch them and we're going to decide. So I was about as successful with that as I thought I would be. I'm keeping all of these ones and I'm getting rid of those 5. I'll show you the swatches on my arm. You know, I don't know. A lot of them are the same. A lot of them I just really like the formula. I just can't do it right now. Maybe I'll revisit this at a later date. But yeah, so we're getting rid of 5 and we're keeping the rest of them. So once again, I did a lot better than I realized. This container is almost entirely empty. I used to not even be able to fit all my blushes within the 3. I used to have to use down the side here. So I'm actually really happy with that. I got rid of more than I thought I did. I just think because how I wouldn't get rid of my MAC, I thought that I didn't get rid of enough, but ultimately I did actually get rid of a ton.
Alrighty, so the end of decluttering video number 2. Much like the first one, I did get rid of a lot more than I thought I would, to the point where you saw the drawer organization at the end and everything actually fits with room to add more if I choose to add more. Now, it has been 2 weeks since I filmed that, and I'll be honest, I have been avoiding purchasing makeup for myself because, you know, doing those declutters just kind of made me realize like exactly what I had and what I wasn't using. So I want to get some use out of that stuff and try it all out before I add more to the collection that needs to be used. So yeah, that was it for part 2. Keep an eye out for part 3, which will be my highlighters, palettes, and foundations, which is probably going to be the hardest video for me because highlights are my favorite, and obviously my palettes too. So keep an eye out for that video coming up. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.